Welcome to the Molybdenum Software Show, where it's obvious that you will be thoroughly entertained, especially if you like the kind of stuff that we do, which is, you know what it is because you've been watching, how do you say, watching intently.
Today I will be eating pasta when I am not driving. Sorry for the distractions.
It's all right. Here's my screen. Here's the browser. Here's your tracker.
So we created a new branch to remind us to do something, right? With a to-do somewhere in the code?
I remember what it is. D7 switch.
So funny, I don't remember what it was.
It's to use feature flags or whatever it's called to conditionally include the integration tests. Tests, impure tests.
Awesome.
Which impure starts. And this thing actually works. If I am in this terminal or even if I have an editor here, right? I press mod shift enter. I get another terminal in this directory.
All right. Living the good life. So now you're going to learn about the weird details of when you've got like NeoVim starting up an LSP server that then runs some command in some other random directory, like some temp directory, and you open a new Alacrity window and you're like, where the hell am I? That'll be.
Really?
That's the life I live right now. I've considered changing XCWD to stop at the first like process of a particular type that it finds, like the first or the last like Zeesh process or something, to avoid that problem.
I don't think I'm going. That sounds like it's not sound. I think in Sway it is sound. The tree of Windows or whatever it is examined.
Oh no, so I looked at the source code of Sway CWD and it looks very similar to what XCWD does, which is both of them get the PID of the currently focused window. And then they look at the tree of processes under there. And both of them navigate to the very bottom of the tree. But that sometimes
they do that?
What?
Why the very bottom of the tree?
Well, think about like if you start an shell and then CD. What do you want to have happen?
I think the top anyway.
Yeah. So maybe you want it to behave differently.
Well, I haven't seen it matter yet.
Yeah. Cool. Let's do some pound defines or whatever they're called in Rust.
What are they? So where's the code for this?
Search for less than. Sweet. Okay, so I think if you do a build of the packages.fetcher, that probably fails because it's going to try to run the impure tests. So that's kind of our failing test, so to speak.
And those pagination, that's this one.
Yeah.
So this will be CFG something.
Yeah.
I don't remember, so I'm going to ask Grok.
I've not seen
something
Grok
like
yet.
example of conditionally including items and rows. Conditional compilation. These features are existing features, right?
Okay.
And so I think I need custom features. A cargo toml under features, you can define your custom feature. And these are dependencies.
Oh, cool.
And then you do this, and then when you can specify for many commands, you can specify feature flag. So let's say this is CFG feature. Huh. Completion seems strange. This is the impure test.
Love it.
And there's another one.
Yep.
What's the other one? Patterns. Story. This one? No, that's some implementation. Okay, let's go back to there. Finite pagination.
Okay.
CFG predicate feature. Okay. Here, 2 failures.
Awesome. Alrighty. Share screen.
I'll be right back.
Bye-bye. Okay. All right. I'm surprised the tests are in such different places. But okay. Yep. All right. So if I do a next build .hash fetcher, that'll fail.
Say, what is that finite pagination test nested in?
Look. Pagination, we are inside of mod test.
That's not. This is where you put a test next to the implementation. This is a unit test. It has access to private parts.
Okay.
Maybe because we're testing a private function.
Maybe. Query pull requests. Oh, locations.
It's the GitHub GraphQL client.
Reason maybe because it's not being compiled? Is that why I can't? I'll try it here. Yep, that works. Okay, weird. GitHub GraphQL client, query pull requests. So it doesn't say pub. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
In any case,
$140.
I think now we need to define that feature.
This pagination test. Did we? I think
Maybe
we
I
probably weren't supposed to put this here.
The wrong one.
Yeah, that would make more sense to me because I was expecting them to be near each other. And then this one, I think we can leave.
Okay.
Loading. There we go. Impure tests. Bring that one back. No, wrong class. Sorry. Here we go. Impure tests. There we go. That's back now. And now I can do an next build, and that should work.
I don't think so, because we didn't declare this feature.
So, I mean, we don't have a way to turn them on, but I think this test is going to pass, isn't it? Or this command I'm running is going to succeed.
Maybe it'll say unknown feature.
Oh, okay. Unexpected condition value. Okay. Unused import. I guess that's probably because some code's just not getting compiled. Oh, those are just warnings. Okay. Interesting. Would our Clippy command fail? Do we have a check for running Clippy?
Didn't we set Rust flags deny warnings like everywhere?
I don't know.
It's not like Clippy specifically is denying warnings by default.
Okay. So maybe we should take this distraction and try to figure out how to make that fail.
Can you search for? Well, you can run Nix flag check, see whether something fails.
Yeah. I'll let this one chug because it's doing something and taking full advantage of my CPU.
And you can search for deny.
Deny. Okay. Just looks like Clippy.
So yes, this is the one that we.
Yeah.
Oh. I remember now. It's in the NCI branch that we added deny warnings as Rust flags, and then anything will fail.
Cool.
Any build that has warning.
Well, that'll be nice.
But like, what are those warnings anyway? Like, we shouldn't have warnings just because you disabled. Well, okay, so those two warnings,
right?
Right. So go ahead.
This is probably because the code's conditionally compiled, so I think we can ignore that.
Oh no, all imports can also have the CFG feature.
Oh, so we should also wrap that with the CFG?
Or the entire test module, if it happens to be.
Okay, let's take a look. Yep. Okay, sure.
Those are the only two tests inside there.
Let's take a look. Async FN pagination, and then finite pagination, and that's it. Mod test. Yep. It makes sense. This is in github.rs, where the only thing it does is talk to GitHub, so its tests are unsurprisingly impure.
Okay. Now there should be one warning, right?
I think so.
Okay. So
all right, we'll do a mob next.
half an hour before we started, I started playing this game called Stallcraft.
Stall. Like StarCraft, but stall? Like
and
plane
one
stalling?
single L.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in the Chernobyl exclusion zone. The first person shooter?
Yeah, with like I can't describe it yet because I just started, but
Wait, everybody's got blockheads?
blockheads, block bodies. And it's in
Okay.
Russian, the dialogue's in Russian.
Oh wow. What turned you onto this?
The trailer.
Okay.
Trailer is one of the best game trailers I ever saw.
Stallcraft trailer.
It's I think it's the second result you have there. And it's a single shot moving in a line.
Oh, I will queue this up to enjoy after our session.
Yeah.
All right.
I figured
I have
if
rotated.
the trailer is so well made.
I'm excited. I'm not a connoisseur of video game trailers, so we get to see what the best one ever is.
So, I wonder whether we should place this feature in the top level cargo toml. Probably, right?
Yeah, it doesn't seem crazy that we might have other impure tests.
What just happened? No valid metadata, something. Failed to parse cargo toml. This virtual manifest specifies a features section which is not allowed. So what Grok said can only be inside a crate, or perhaps this can be in the workspace features or workspace package. It'll probably be in workspace package.
Yeah.
Which means maybe. Oh, let's try workspace package features. Oh.
All right.
But then I am quite certain that we would need to go into GitHub. It's the fetcher, right? The fetcher, cargo toml, and say like features equals features workspace. So,
okay. That makes sense.
Next spec check.
I'm a little surprised it would be all features and not the individual feature from the workspace. Like for instance, when we pull in a package from the workspace, we don't pull in all packages. We just say which one.
What is pull in a package?
Like in some
Oh,
crate, when we say, hey, I want
okay.
to use Tokyo.
Maybe it's possible what you mean, but it's, if you look at it, it's like, I don't know, like version, right? Or go to, for example, here in the fetcher for the version, you say under package, you say version workspace true.
Right.
Here, version is under workspace package, just as features is under workspace package.
Yeah.
And here you say features workspace.
Okay. I see the symmetry.
So this failed because of fonts, I suppose.
Looks like.
So let's go
Way
and
to
extend
go.
it.
What formatter we have that does that?
There we go.
Sorting
the,
keys in a YAML,
yeah,
in a TOML file.
Mm-hmm. It's TOML sort enable.
Nice.
But I think it's missing a little something, because there's like this,
Some settings.
by default it does not sort something. Oh, look, we're using Alejandra.
Oh yeah. I guess that's an opportunity to catch up with the sexy new stuff.
Let me look at the diff again. Workspace package features, intro test, fetcher, cargo TOML workspace features workspace true. The single addition of the CF. Oh, we shouldn't have two lines. We can combine them. Fetcher source. This can be
Oh, okay.
or not, or not. I don't know why not.
Oh well.
This warning in my editor still applies. Should I do LSD restart?
No expected values for feature. I wonder if we didn't successfully add it to the cargo TOML.
Well, seems like it. You know, no, yeah, it says consider adding impure test as a feature in cargo TOML.
Okay.
Yeah, so we.
But how do you add features in a workspace?
Yeah, look it up. Or give up and do it in the crate. Okay. features. This is under the dependencies table.
Right.
No.
Those are the features we're enabling and the things we're using.
Okay, so there is no such thing.
Pardon me. Okay.
It does not support.
That's fine. Cargo toml, impure, mob start 7. So this goes away, and then in cargo toml of fetcher, cargo toml, we had. Oh, we also misspelled package.
Okay, well, try. Who knows? Maybe it's not documented.
Package. Oh, okay. And that's sorted. Okay, workspace, package, features, and then features. Okay, so now if I do a cargo clippy, same thing.
Okay.
Well, we tried. Boom, boom, boom. And then I remove the workspace and just do package.features.
Just features.
Okay, very nice. Nix flake check dash L. But I'm inclined. Oh no. Save. There we go. I'm inclined to do a mob done.
Mm-hmm.
Diff impure test. There we go. So we added the feature, we added the condition, and then we can remove the to do.
Mm-hmm.
And the post install seems reasonable to me. Okay. There we go. Now, do we want to document how to run this? If we do want to run all the tests, could add something to the README.
Try what happens when you cargo test. You don't get a warning for that, do you?
See. Oh, there's a lot for my poor computer. Do a mob next. But I'm going to hold on to the quotation. I just wanted to get that stuff committed.
You have 4 more minutes.
Yeah. Okay, so nothing from there.
Yeah.
So you're wondering if that would complain about the feature?
It wouldn't. It's just like the item doesn't exist for it. So.
But I guess I can do dash F, and then this would be like.
You can do all
impure.
features instead.
Oh. I guess what I'm confused about here is features seem like a crate specific thing. I don't
Sure.
really understand which crates this applies to.
That's an interesting question. If it's in the context of the workspace, then it probably does the right thing. Unless you have the same feature in 2 different crates that mean different things.
Right.
But that's on you.
Well, I'm not convinced that that's working. Sir, GitHub. Your tests. So did we run a pagination test just now? Oh, okay. finite pagination. Yeah. Okay. So those ran. So I must have the GitHub token. Okay, I do. All right. Feels good to me. So,
Document this somehow. Is it?
Do we have a contributing? That kind of feels like the place where you'd put something like this.
I agree. We could write one with this note, nothing else.
I've never written one. Let's do it. Where did those go? Root of the repo?
Yes. Wait. Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, contributing.md.
.md. Okay. Okay, so there's like auto formatting is probably worth knowing about.
No, just this.
Okay. Some tests are impure. Some of our tests require talk to live GitHub.
How about just impure tests can be run? Our impure tests are behind the impure test feature. I wouldn't go into how to run them. It's like general Rust knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm stingy on this.
Great. Okay. Mob done?
Yes. Try Nix func because it's automatic, right? So well done.
Well, but I'm only half the people here. I'm done.
9 changed. Why did it say 9 changed?
I think that's saying that might be about the cache. Like 9 of these files are not cached.
It's incorrect. Because that doesn't say something about cache, blah blah blah. It says 9 changed.
Right. Let's see. If we run it again, do we get 0 changed? 1 changed. Then if I run it again, do we get 0 files? Okay, yeah, so this is probably about the cache here, right? This is about how many files it thought it was worth invoking the formatters on.
Sure.
And then the changed is interesting because we're not seeing anything in git status. I wonder if there's like maybe here's a while
git ignored files.
Well, there's this treefumped specificate. There's this formatter spec, which apparently has moved since I opened it last. But here's a wild ass guess. Formatter spec. Okay, so this is the spec that says what the formatters are supposed to do and not do, and write to changed files. Whenever there's a change, the code formatter must write those changes back to the original location. If there are no changes, the formatter must not write to the original location. So, wild ass guess.
Touch the file.
Yeah, maybe that's what's happening. Maybe the YAML one, the TOML one. Like if I touch a cargo TOML, which is going to bust the cache because it's based on timestamps, not based on the hash of the files. I wonder if this is going to say, yeah. Okay, so I think we identified that this YAML formatter. I keep saying YAML, sorry.
Touch
I suspect.
Touch a Rust file.
Okay, let's try that. Nix foot. So I expect this to say formatted 1 file, 0 changed. Yeah. So that YAML sorter is not obeying the tree fumped spec. It's a naughty boy.
Outrageous.
Yeah. All right. Git commit. You want to file an issue with them?
Yes.
These people probably have not even heard of tree fumped. So they'll be like, why are you holding me to a specification of a tool I've never used or heard of? But
it must be phrased in a way that, hey, blah blah blah. Could you just not touch the files that you're not editing?
It sure would be nice if. Thank you for the nice tool.
I just would like maybe if you could not. The PR would be best, probably.
Yeah. Okay. Semver or semantic commits. This is a
It's just a chore.
Chore. Hide impure tests behind feature flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Line numbers would be nice.
Oh yeah. I need to. You don't mind? Can we take a minute to? I think I just want to have my Vim turn that on if this environment variable is set.
Just merge it to master and push. No need for a PR.
Merge it to master and push. Well, I haven't run a Nix Flake check.
Oh, then do that.
Okay, so I'll do a GCM. Or okay, wait. Okay, the way I would do this is I'd rebase on top of upstream main.
Sure.
Or origin main. Okay, and then I'd do a Nix Flake check -L. While that's chugging along.
Go ahead and fix your NVim.
Neovim. Where do I set numbers?
You
probably just don't have this turned off explicitly, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do you... It's what, set number and set no number? Yeah, okay. So where's a good place to put this? Packages, neovim, default, package. Here we go. Syntax, color scheme.
Numbers.
Yeah, I guess it's a new one, huh? Poor computers. So here my Vim is frozen trying to discover the Nix Funct entry point.
You could push it and then I'll pull it and run the check.
Oh, get push.
But then you won't have the cache.
Okay, it is pushed. I have an editor again. /numbers. .nix. Okay. And this will be, I guess I got to write this in Lua, right? Lua config. I don't remember how to do any of this. Where do you write some Lua code? Extra config Lua pre. I'll do something like that. I'll say extra config Lua. Is that one?
That's the default I would go to.
Great. And then I just want to say like if mob timer room set number.
Why? What is do end? Why is it all wrapped?
Doesn't matter here, but it's useful if you're defining some variables to not have them leak into the global scope.
Right.
So, all right, and now I just need to port this to Lua. So how do I do that?
Ask Grok.
Do I need a Twitter
I think
account to
Grok
do
is
that?
for pay.
Gonna
Ask something
go
else.
with Claude. Grok is for what?
Pay.
For pay? Do you have? Are you paying?
Yes.
Oh. Port
I want to support
this
X.
sudo code to Lua. All righty. You support X. I support X. I have not heard of anyone wanting to support X. Do you feel like they need the support?
I don't know what their financials are. I was banned from a Mastodon instance,
Mm-hmm.
and I've heard things about Blue Sky, and I've read the Blue Sky terms of I don't know what it's called, whatever it's called,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like it. So, and I think that, and I saw what Facebook had become. I've heard things about how Facebook censored various things and interfered in politics, succumbed to government pressure. And I think X is kind of a last resort for freedom to share information online publicly for the common person, not for the person who will host their own websites and such.
Mm-hmm.
And I use X and I see things on X that I don't see anywhere else.
Gotcha.
Not that I'm everywhere else.
Yeah.
And this isn't about picking sides in political left versus right, because I think they both are equally important for the health of the nation and any nation that
Both
has
what?
such a. They're both equally important for the health of the nation, for the
What
well-being
are the
of the
two
nation.
things?
Political left and right.
Oh, okay.
It's like yin and yang. It's like feminine versus masculine. It's a balance, and it should be a delicate balance, right? Like if voting was if elections were won by 75% versus 25%, I would see that as an unhealthy, as an imbalance. Maybe the left did something wrong. Maybe the right did something wrong, and then it caused a big imbalance in the voting. But I would be happiest if the left got a turn and the right got a turn, and so forth and so on, assuming both sides are worthy of public service.
Yeah, well, I agree. Any one dogma taken without any conflicting side is always going to lead to weird, undesirable stuff. Okay, so that built. So if I try running, next run hashtag neovim, and I don't know, let's do readme.md. Hopefully we will see some numbers.
You don't like them numbers all the time, otherwise?
I mean, I agree it's good for collaboration, but yeah, my workflow doesn't. I don't use numbers, I guess, for navigating around. I just sort of spam keys. And I like having the visual, like, no gutter means nothing wrong.
I also wanted to show you this tree-sitter navigation thingy.
Oh, did you mention something about that? Can't remember. I did set up a tree sitter selection, incremental
Right.
selection.
Oh.
I am a big fan of that.
Oh, it's incremental. How'd you get that? That's nice.
Yeah.
I have
So
I reached the same thing, selection, but not this way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have it enter and then backspace are the increase and decrease my selection. But the thing that really bothers me is if I go like this and then I press escape to cancel my selection, my cursor ends up here rather than when I start where I started. That really irks me.
Because you change your mind?
I guess. I mean, I don't know how much it causes problems, but it keeps me from starting to use it sometimes because I'm like, oh,
I
I
don't
don't
want to
know what
lose.
this is going to select, and I want to be able to undo.
Why would it ever not select what you wanted it to select?
Yeah, maybe I should just trust it.
No, I think there is a case where it would
One thing I
not
found is
select.
inconsistent.
No, actually, in a at least in a language such as Nix, where everything is a nested expression, it's unambiguous. Like you, but I'm not sure that's always the case. Or maybe it is, because AST
I mean, there's
is
an
a tree.
AST. Yeah. No, I like one of the weird quirks that's been bugging me is like in some languages apparently this selects the text inside of the string, and in some it includes the quotes.
Won't the next one include the quotes?
Yeah, it does, at least here. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I haven't used it enough.
I think I can tell you on each step what it would do.
Boom, boom, boom.
Parentheses and then get it.
That's surprising, right?
That was somewhat surprising.
Given that they're colored differently, you wouldn't expect.
Well, I can tell you why. It's because the os.getEnv with the parentheses is probably something like a call expression.
It's like this is the expression, which maybe if I was inside of, I'd get different. Like, yeah, okay. So that was like we grabbed a sibling sort of nested structure there, because I can get my hands on just the getEnv or just the OS.
That's a path that's a path member, or like property access member or something like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is all working. I'm closing this. I'll commit that some other time. Now I'm deploying to my machine, and I have already pushed. So I'm just waiting for this check to finish before I push to main.
I think I might have already.
But you,
I already
very
pushed
possibly.
it to main.
Oh, okay, great. Then we're good. I'll rotate to you.
Now I'll take a bit of a detour to do camel sort. I think we're going to see it in flake parts, right? 3 funds, camel sort, all keys. Camel sort. Next.
What does this all do?
This is what it does.
Sorting the keys inside of the tables or whatever they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And TreeFilm Nix just has support for arbitrary tool-specific options like that?
Probably not all.
Does that just get passed as a --all parameter or something?
The useful ones, the ones that the author deemed, I use this, or someone might, many probably do use this. Or,
yeah. Cool.
Because there is a, like a general settings for most of them.
I see. Neato.
So this is now making all the sorting proper. So we can add everything here. And mix like check. This is actually going to hurt because because it busts all the dependency cache.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Is Dual arguing with itself?
What? Maybe it doesn't do everything in one shot. Or that we have two tools for the same file. If I do nixfilm again, some tools don't do one. No, zero change. Yeah. Wait, so what?
Do -- no cache.
What? Why?
Yeah, there we go. Did that make a diff?
Yes,
you do get status. So the issue there is when TreeFilm invokes a tool and changes the file, it then caches the result and says, this thing has had the stuff done to
Right.
it. But then if the tool is not actually idempotent, like you just identified, then that breaks that assumption.
Oh boy. This gave me 9 changed again. Wait.
Well,
That
that's
doesn't mean that it's no cache. Okay. It eventually arrived at a destination.
that means there are 9 YAML files in this repo, right?
Yeah. Okay. Check and make push. So now we have 2 bugs to report. Almost sort.
Yeah. Both of which are not treefump bugs, but it is unfortunate. Like treefump doesn't have to be this demanding of the tools. It could just read the files. I haven't talked with Brian and Jonas about that. Like using timestamps and file sizes as the has this file changed smells odd to me personally versus actually hashing the files.
You think it's a premature optimization?
I don't know. I think it is. I asked Brian, and he said this is the way it was before the version 2. So it's not clear to me that this was like, something they thought really hard about. It might have just been how it got built, and then it's never been changed.
So after this, we can rebase the NCI branch.
Cool. Wonder if we're going to get conflicts in any of these TOML files. Did we touch any of the TOML files in the NCI branch?
Maybe a little bit.
Well, it'll be neat to see what happens.
File. TOML sort. Which NCI. Start. All done. Slash. Rebase main. Git push. Start. Done. Git stash. Git rebase main. Git push. Start. Oh, looks good. Seems like no conflicts. No? Well, what is syntax error here? That's
a conflict marker.
Both modified. Modules fetcher default mix. Modules fetcher default mix. Updated upstream, stash base, and stash changes. I think we can ignore this stash changes.
Yeah, we just need to remove the test flags, right?
Am I right about this? Stash changes. From the stash base, what's the difference? No, there is a difference. That there's no dir. So I think we will accept the stash changes, right, and remove what we did.
And then we can delete the test flags.
This.
All right. Looks good.
What is Rust Analyzer doing in a Nix file?
Maybe there's another file open.
Probably. Add. Next. Okay. And that's over to you.
Okay.
Playing the code ping pong.
GCM, boom, get trim. Okay, that's going to delete some mob branches. Forget about that.
Is when you're 3, you're doing mob programming, and then one person leaves, you end up with 2. You do Pong programming.
NCI?
Yes.
Mob starts it. Yep. So no conflict markers left. Nix Flake show. Can we build fetcher, right? That's why we're here. Or that's what sent us on the distraction.
Yes.
And while that's going, can we start looking at this?
There's been another update on that discussion, and there's been another commit.
Oh, exciting. Something we can benefit from? Something we should take a look at?
Possibly.
Cargo integration. You stalker.
It may have been closed.
Huh? How to deny warnings?
Why is the default emoji for questions and answers the praying hand? Because I'm
Please.
begging for help.
Doc.
Couldn't have been just a question mark emoji.
Yep.
I think it's a joke. Whoever did this is a joke, like begging for help.
I am not able to find this thing. Do you remember what it was called?
Really? Just filter by closed and look at the latest one.
I did, and there were a handful.
Maybe it's not closed. Maybe it's answered. Now you have probably and closed.
Yep. Very great. Very great.
Except that I still don't see it. Huh?
That
Try like unfiltered.
All and answered. Okay, the UI does handle that one. Doc
See it
packages.
now.
Here we go.
It's closed. But it's an idea, it's not in questions.
Of course. Okay, just push combine docs. You'll put them under project outputs named docs. Can specify docs index crate with a crate name. that will have its index.html be symlinked to the DRV root to be more convenient to serve with some local HTTP server. Should hopefully work fine for more complex service projects, but I've not tested it with anything particularly complex. All right.
Let's see the new documentation, whether it explains whether we need to use some option. I think it's project outputs docs now, right? Outputs name. So this is for crate, right? But he said combined, right? So let's see about whether there's a maybe there's project outputs, or I don't know.
Project doc.
It's plural.
Oh, I'm doing .star here.
Projects.
Yeah, but shouldn't the .star capture that?
Oh. Do you think your browser?
Thought it did. Docs. Docs only. Package for this crate. Docs profile. Docs profile.
It could also be that these docs did not build yet. But there are no project-wide outputs. I mean, let's see the commit.
Functions combine docs packages. CI lib. Understand what I'm looking at. Exclude from project docs. Just looking for options. So there's exclude docs index crate. Shouldn't have used an apostrophe there.
It's another. It must be in another file. This is
docs index crate.
I mean, even if we need to set, even if this is necessary, the default will be not symlinking any index.html. I think that's what we have at the moment.
Okay, so he didn't add a new option, right? If I'm reading
I'm not sure. That was too fast for me.
I was just looking for calls to make option, of which there are 3 in this diff, and this one's just context. But I guess he's saying this isn't a new option, it's a new output, which is...
Yeah. So maybe
really
what's the name of the new
output is?
So
project outputs.
So go through the code and it's not an option. It's just a new output. You'll be able to see it, and I think it'll be the call site of that new function that we saw. This one, 261.
Okay, docs equals.
Yeah, it's probably outputs docs.
Projects outputs. Docs maybe. Map adders. Hard to tell what the shape of that is. Let. We're in a let block here. Okay. Okay, and then we inherit docs down here. Okay. Packages, dev shell, and docs. Okay. So are we referencing outputs.devshell somewhere?
I think I know what to do.
Okay, tell me what to do.
Line 12 should be config and CI outputs docs. Really? Or maybe, what was it before? Was it some crate name? PR tracker fetcher? So it's Could you just like trace
Sure.
that?
What do you want me to trace?
Trace config NCI outputs. Yeah, config NCI outputs.
Oh, just the outputs?
Just the outputs.
Okay, so like that.
Mm-hmm. Looks like
Okay.
show should do the trick.
Okay. No docs there. Default?
Unlikely. Oh, we did what? We need to bump that input.
Ah, good point.
Hmm. What's the error?
I don't think that's new. We were already getting that. Okay. Looks the same. Big.nci. So you were expecting this to be .doc or docs?
Something. Or
This will give me
project.
a attribute docs missing. Well, we put this in projects outputs.
Is there an option for project outputs?
Maybe we need to turn them on. NCI.outputs.
Seems like they get merged in with the other outputs.
Okay.
Default. The project name is default.
All right, so we do .default.docs.
Probably.
Yep. Okay. So maybe that's the ticket right there.
That's the ticket.
Uh, timer is frozen. Okay, I'll rotate. Up next. Go for it. So this is looking for a crate named PR Tracker API config.
Yes. And we have not renamed these, but we have disabled the export for them. So maybe it's looking for them in the exported ones. Maybe this is a bug.
Okay. So should we reference them some other way?
We didn't reference anything. It's not our bug.
Oh, sorry, I see. The doc stuff doesn't play nicely with hiding outputs.
Yes, that's what I'm stipulating.
Got it.
If you Filter. All crate names.
Apparently includes ones that are not exported.
And then it's filtering not NCI crates name. Exclude from. This should not fail. This is. Crates still exist. We did not rename any of them.
Okay.
We did not rename. But it fails on. This
Want to
must be
try
named
running that same command with --debugger? See if we get anything useful.
debugger. Oh, debugger doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Debugger.
I used it today.
Yeah, let's try. I reported that.
Then I think you have to do continue, and then it'll. It's like :C for continue.
The problem I had with this was just way too slow, and
Yeah.
some others have reported it.
I have noticed that it is slow.
Not this slow, much more slow. This is fine.
Yeah. So now if you do NCI.crates, does it print anything? Bummer. Name defined? Okay. CI is not in scope for some reason. Well, that's not very useful. Is it like, does NCI.crates somehow happen to be in scope? Even if NCI isn't? There's no way that's how it is, right? Okay. Well, we tried. It's too bad.
Do you think we should try to find this bug or work around?
So you don't think it's related to exports? Because we could turn off the exports temporarily and see if that affects it.
It's not, because
Okay.
NCI crates has all the crates, regardless of whether they're exported or not. The outputs determine. Well, let's try. Export. No difference.
Okay. I sure would love to know what is in that adder set.
This?
Yeah.
This is probably public. We could probably do something like this. That's right.
All right. Cool. PR Tracker API.
Config is missed.
Veteran. So there are only 2 crates here, huh?
Can't read this.
Why are there only 2 crates?
This won't be correct, would it?
I would need more parentheses.
Uh, how about this?
In the first argument to trace the thing that's getting printed?
Oh, you're right.
I just don't know the order here. Like,
Yeah, first argument. Well, this will be the first. This will be
yeah,
the first argument.
that's what I can't tell. I just can't. My brain does not know how to parse this. Yeah, that looks plausible. Capital V, maybe?
What now?
I wouldn't say that made it much easier to read.
Other names, not values. I meant other names.
But it's just the API and the fetcher, right?
That's what I wanted. I didn't want to read through it.
So why are none of our other crates showing up?
We didn't cause this.
What is special about these 2 crates?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay. So how do the crates end up in there? Is it discovered from the workspace?
Yes, we never listed crates.
Okay.
We only ever listed some crates when we decided to like explicitly place them in system packages.
So this is the magic entry point. It then parses the cargo toml and
Yeah, I think so.
discovers everything. The question is, why would this treat some crates differently from others? And I mean, now I'm confused. Like, if I comment this out and do a next flake show, are we? I don't have pipe operators. Sorry. Are we going to see all the crates when I run next flake show here?
Until something fails.
Okay. So I'm not seeing the other crates. Oh, PR tracker store. And then things are sorted. Let's try that again. Okay, so like for instance, dash config, I don't see.
Hmm.
Is this like Do we have some publish?
Go to the cargo toml.
What's the one it was looking for? API config? Yeah. Do you think it's related to this publish equals false?
Maybe.
I'm going to comment that out, and then I'm going to run the same command. And do we see PR tracker API config appear? Yes, we do. Okay.
Huh.
Maybe this is a new feature? Because why didn't we just yesterday add the export equals false to suppress all this output?
Maybe.
Oh no, it was to suppress the dash release stuff. Right.
Which was to prevent exporting of all of them, and then they explicitly add the fetcher and API under the
Right.
utter names that we chose, that we already had.
Yeah. All right. So it's the publish equals false seems to be the bug. It like ends up as a crate name, but doesn't end up in that adder set where it's looking for things.
I'm not sure what does publish equal false. I'm not sure what you said is accurate right now. Ends up as a crate name. You mean under crates? Config NCI crates?
No, I mean the line of code we were looking at in NCI itself, which was like mapping over some array of strings called crate names.
All crate names?
All crate names, yeah. We know that that's ending up with API-config in it.
So you think it shouldn't be there in that list?
Well, or it's using the wrong list or something. So to repro the bug, if I do a nix build of program docs, PR tracker API config is missing.
Yeah. So I think we could like mob next at this point and then provide that commit to the author.
Okay. Sorry, I think I'm confused because, yeah, so maybe you're right. Maybe the publish thing is not relevant. Because I'm seeing the same error with or without the publish equals false.
Oh, you are?
Thought so. So here I am. If I try to build, we have publish equals false. And then if I comment that out and I try to build, same thing.
Is it a different crate? We have two of them.
No, it's the same one. PR tracker API config, PR tracker
Well, is
API
it,
config.
and is that the one you're editing?
Good question. Yeah, PR tracker API config. Is it possibly a combination of those two?
Okay. So it does not have to do with this publish false. So why did we think for a moment that it does?
Well, because Nix Flake show does seem to change its output. So first I got to comment out the export, apparently.
Okay, so let's report it.
Mob next. Okay, so just to confirm, Nix build program docs. There we go. All crate names includes PR tracker API config.
Program docs is set to
Outputs default docs.
Yeah, that seems like it.
I'll rotate.
No, not on main. Wait, I wasn't on main. This
That's a
tree.
commit.
Confirm and mix
NCI.
configuration. Questions. I think it might be an issue, but I like using questions. Let's the title be something similar to the error, something inspired by the error.
Yeah, I mean, you could even give just a command, right? Yeah. Just give them make it easy. Do GitHub : then they don't need to clone or anything, right?
Maybe, but they'll probably clone anyway. GitHub. This is not exactly this way.
Right.
This way.
And then hashtag program docs.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
Seems like it.
Awesome.
In a completely different directory. Same thing. Cool.
The beauty of Nix.
You know what? I'll leave this here.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Can we work around now? Or shall we leave it at that and maybe by tomorrow it'll be fixed and we won't have anything
This
to do?
person seems to be pretty quick, so yeah, I'm
Let's
fine calling
delete
it
this stuff though. I think none of this will be necessary anymore. The only thing that was useful here is that we're ignoring these two tests.
Okay. Bye-bye. Lovely.
What more have we to do? Check names. Okay. This is nothing else. Nothing to do with
I
ShiftFun.
think the dev shell's also broken if we want to fix that.
Okay, but here and reload. Why is the dev shell broken? Oh, because this does not create a dev shell, is it? It just says if there happens to be a dev shell. But there is a dev shell. Dev shell's default.
Are
What's
we
broken?
importing numtide dev shells?
Oh, you know what? That's the point. I think that's the problem. And that's kind of I thought about it. Somehow I noticed this earlier and I'm like, how are we permitted to define this option doesn't exist?
Oh yeah, good point.
And I think it's like actually, it's somehow because of NCI, somehow allowing it because, I mean,
Oh,
otherwise, how?
yeah. Okay. That's a bummer. NCI doing something wrong there? Like making an option exist? I guess I don't have a lot of experience with like projects
We could,
interacting with each other.
here, I'm not importing NCI anymore.
Okay.
And then here,
But we're
and
gonna get
that
a
means
lot of
mix develop.
a
Oh,
lot
well,
of
we'll
things
see,
now,
maybe.
right? Yep, good point.
That's exactly the error that I wanted.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah. So is NCI doing something wrong, or is this a limitation of the module system?
I'm not sure, but I'm going to discuss. Seems like, oof, how did I get here? Seems that merely importing the NCI flake parts module allows defining per system, per system dev shells default or whatever, name. Allows defining name. Mhm. Which not sure how to kind of judge the severity of this or how severe this is. For one, we were wondering
Here's the relevant
why
code for the record.
our shell doesn't work. No, was it dev shells? Didn't reload. Yeah, does not provide attributes.
Yeah. And I just linked you to the code. Like it's got a comment and it's kind of looks intentional, but maybe we
Dev shells plural. We're wondering why shell doesn't work. Of course, our error was neglecting to import the numpy dev shell like but that's would have been more useful if I got that. Got that. This is good enough, right? Especially since there's a comment there, you said?
Yeah, I mean, take a look at it before you hit submit, just to
Mm-hmm.
make
Okay,
sure
I'll
it
just
doesn't
add the
change your opinion.
title. Importing flake part, the flake part needs to define for was it this dev shells. Okay, well, you and matrix, right?
Sorry, I
Not
did it in the
matrix.
studio chat here.
Okay. Script. Where's the chat even? Here. It's not even a thing. Make sure the top level option dev shells exists even when the numpy dev shell is not included. We don't want to depend on adding the numpy dev shell module, and this doesn't interfere with it when it is added. Okay, but maybe
Which is true. But what if you forget to add it when you want
right
to use it? Yeah.
I'll just add that as a. Seems like there's a comment about uh, about relevant code here, but perhaps author was not aware of this particular possible consequence.
Cool. Looks good.
And I'll add a shrug because I'm not sure that this is important.
Yeah. Cool. And the fix is for us to just add the import.
Yes. What middiff? Whatever it is. Mm.
Okay. All right. Like that. Dev shell. Be referencing this anywhere? Like no. We'll add an import here. Imports equals. It'll be. Is it imports blah?
Inputs.
Let's. Thank you.
No, sorry. Inverse of that.
You. Okay. Dot dev shell.
Probably .flake part.
What stuff like parts?
Yeah. Inputs dev shell flake part. But do we even have it in our inputs?
Yes, we do. Dev shell flake
Dot flake part.
Flake module. That's not what I need. What is it? The flake parts?
Scroll down. Let's see it. It's in README.
Word part doesn't show up. Module? Flake module. Sure it's in the README?
Or not?
But I know the flake parts.
There's a link here to where it is. Yes.
Dev shell. Dev shell.flake module. Cool. That's doing stuff. Whoa. And reload. Never actually run that command and been dropped into a bash shell before. All right, love it.
So in this new shell, let's try a cargo test.
Here we go.
Find a to-do. Yeah.
Okay.
This is to see that we're still exporting the same things, same package names. And I think we took care of it last time. Fetcher and API.
I see. We just want to see that they're the same. Okay. Nix flake. Oh, so here's a perfect example.
Yeah. What is that?
Well,
Toml edit.
it's like cloning each of those into some, so like what's the deepest thing here and what's its working directory. So not always ideal behavior in my opinion. I feel like what I probably want is more like the deepest shell or something, something where I as a human ran a cd command at some point.
For the shallowest one.
I don't think the shallowest, because like if I end up in a shell inside of a shell, I think I'd want it to be my deepest shell. But you might have a different opinion on that. Oh no,
Doesn't
we got an
happen
error.
often. I don't end up in a shell inside of a shell often.
Yeah.
I actually tried to avoid that.
Notifies did not work. That's
What do
the
you?
SD notify thing. Bummer. No such file or directory.
Go to the test, see what's in that test. I mean, we must have just...
The data dir? Maybe? So I'm on line 73 of this file here. There's no such...
Unwrap.
Oh.
It is the unwrap that panics. Okay?
Yep.
It's so it's the status that unwrap.
That we don't have an initdb command. Yeah, I think that's it. It's trying to invoke initdb,
So if
which
we look
does
at the
not
diff,
exist.
we will find some change to the shell file where we did not implement everything.
Sure. dev-shell.nix. Okay, SQLX CLI.
And devutils.
Devutils, but where inputs from? Maybe that's how we were pulling in Postgres?
You think
How
it's
were we
Postgres
pulling
that
in?
is?
Initdb is a Postgres command, yeah. comes from
Yeah.
Postgres.
But so
Dev utils, something new we added. Okay, never mind.
but it's obvious that it's from inputs from, right?
It's got to be from here. Yeah.
And it's all the packages. We could keep doing that. It's just that I thought NCI was doing that.
And I'm a little surprised that these would even have Postgres as an input.
It's not. Why? They both do.
They do? Okay.
They both need it, right? It's a runtime input, which means it's a build input. Right?
Got it. Yeah, in order to run the tests. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Is it still a runtime input?
Well, when Nix check works, it's only the shell that's broken.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Want to call it a night?
Sure. This one will be harder to remember. Like, Nix check will still pass. Do you want to add a comment somewhere, maybe? Maybe to the dev shell.nix, just saying, hey.
We could add a test that runs cargo test in the shell.
That would be an impure test.
Yeah. Well, the first developer who tries to do anything will fail, right? That's a test.
Yeah. I guess we probably could actually use the dev shell to run a command like cargo test. I guess I'd see no reason why that wouldn't work. But yeah. Anyways, I mean, I'd be fine with just leaving a comment, or we can see if we remember tomorrow, and if we do, great, and if we don't, maybe we'll be more motivated to add an automated test.
Test cargo test in the dev.
Cool.
That's good enough.
Works for me. All right. Good stuff, man.
Good progress.
Yeah.
Good work. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Shahar.
And thank you for watching, dear audience. Until, please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, be well.